Hey everyone, this is Stevie Richards, host of the Stevie Richards Show, and you are watching Pinfalls and Pixels, where wrestling meets gaming. Hosted by Glocky.
Hey yo, what's poppin'? How's your mama? How is everything? It's your boy Glocky. We finna do something different today. First off, happy Friday. It's Friday. I got my Dirk shirt on. Dirk got a new album out, man. Free smirk for sure. But we finna do something different. So last week I had somebody in my comments tell me that Maven was working with Just Incredible on a video about my videos, the allegations, right? So that piqued my interest. So today I get a notification on YouTube that Maven mentioned me in a post. So I go there and he mentioned me and linked my videos in the comments and the description. Dope as hell, dope. And then I start playing the video and then he shouts out my channel. That's crazy. I had this channel for a while now. I did music and then I did gaming, but I recently had a baby back in November. So while I was off work, I was like, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna do some wrestling videos. I did a video on ICP's career, the rise and fall of WWF New York, and they really blew up, right? So to now have a Maven do a video on my videos is crazy to me, right? That is fucking awesome. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, man, I work hard at this. I work hard on the YouTube. I work hard at work. I work hard at home with my family, right? Everything I do is for my two daughters, you know what I mean? I work hard for everything. Nothing was handed to me. I didn't scam anybody, right? Even if I had to grow some herb or push some weight, that's what I did, which is way more respectable than scamming people. We can respect a hustle. At the end of the day, everybody got to hustle one way or the other. So I don't expect much from Justin here. Hopefully he admits his wrongs and is humble about it, comes clean, is apologetic. I just don't see that. I don't see that happening, not one bit. He's an addict, bro, and addicts all usually have the same MO. They fast talk you, they talk fast, right?
Former WWE and ECW superstar Just Incredible has been accused of a litany of allegations. These range from no-showing events, scamming fans, and possibly even lying about health issues. And now?
So the leg thing, I called that out in my video. I questioned whether it was real or not. And the point I was trying to drive home there was, he's an addict, bro. After all the lies, after all the scams, after all the bullshit, everything you say or post is gonna be questioned, as it should be. And that was the point I was trying to drive home in my video.
I'm on my way to go confront him about it. Now, in full disclosure, I have to be honest. This is gonna be a tough video for me. When I broke into the wrestling business, there were few people that I felt like I could trust, felt like that were on my side. But Justin, or as we all know him as PJ, he was one of the first guys I found myself in the ring with. One of the first guys I truly felt.
Look at that drop kick from Maven.
The YouTube channel Pinfalls and Pixels did 2 videos regarding.
Yo, that's awesome. That's awesome. Shout out to Maven for real. Funny story, if you notice, both those videos are a little over 12 minutes. That's because YouTube pays you more when the videos are over 12 minutes. And that little $50 that Justin scammed me for, let's just say I made a lot more money from them 2 videos. So thank you, Justin. Shout out to you.
Regarding the allegations against Just Incredible. And that is what we're going to be reacting to today. What's going on, Chase?
Chase.
Hey, nice to meet you, brother. Good to meet you. Thank you so much.
Zach.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for setting this up.
Might be a newer one. I actually walked past it the last time.
Hey, what's going on?
Anthony.
Maven, nice to meet you, Anthony. Hey, brother.
Good to see you, sir. How are you? You look fantastic.
Likewise, brother. Likewise, brother. Good to see you.
Yeah, man.
How you feeling?
I'm fantastic, dude.
Good,
I'm
good,
good, dude.
good. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, of course.
Come here. Check. No, you. Come here.
Yes, sir.
You can hear Maven breathing. That's probably because of the adrenaline going. I don't know if they discussed what they were about to watch or if Justin ever even watched what they're about to watch, but I'm sure there's some adrenaline going for Maven, especially, you know, junkies are unpredictable. You don't know what they finna do. And that's his friend. So it's probably a little, you know what I mean? It's a weird situation. It's awkward. It's uncomfortable. So I'm sure he's got some little adrenaline going.
Hey, we're gonna be going over some stuff. It's gonna be hard. Are you okay with that?
Well, how hard?
Well,
He said, well, how hard?
Just the allegations and stuff.
I told you, I don't mind.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Thank you, man.
Hey, listen.
Thank you.
You saw me as an equal before many people did. And I've never forgotten that. So, understand.
I don't have that much to hide, bro.
I know you don't.
I have kids. I just don't want to go too far.
I got kids. I got kids. Heath Slater has kids. Like, what is you talking about? What does that have to do with anything at all? I have kids. Feel sorry for me. We all got kids, bro.
But what you need?
Well, I just want to double check. Just wanted to double check.
Maven look like he on straight business.
Justin. PJ.
What's up, man?
I'm so thankful that you agreed to sit down with me. I know what we're going to watch is a little difficult, but I truly believe the world deserves to hear yours.
Bro, I've watched Maven do this type of video with other people where they watch stuff, and I never would have guessed that one of the things they'd be watching is my video. How fucking cool is that?
Side of the story, and the fact that you're willing to
It just
sit
sucks
down,
it has to be an
watch some
exposed
uncomfortable
video.
footage.
You know what I mean?
I think that means
Because I make a lot of other videos. Like
you're ready
celebrating
to take
stuff.
this
It
step.
just sucks it had to be
Thank
something
you so
like
much.
this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, brother.
No,
It's a
thank
pleasure.
you, brother.
No, not a big deal.
And PJ, like, did such a disservice to the business.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
Hold on. You saw Stevie and you said, "Oh, geez."
I already know.
Stevie's he's
No,
a friend. He's a friend.
He's a friend too.
Full disclosure, a good friend of mine.
He's a good friend. Well, he's a friend.
Okay, Stevie
I
and
think
me.
he's got a bad idea of who I am. I think he bought into the ECW Just Incredible gimmick, and he said that to me once before.
Explain.
I think he thought I was that guy. I think
Yeah.
a lot of times when people actually talk to me, get to know me, they say like he's too nice, like that.
Yeah.
It's almost like a work,
Right.
And that's just not.
and he actually went out into the crowd.
So he tries to discredit Stevie here, talking about he's got a bad idea of Just Incredible. Stevie is talking about a specific incident that happened. What does that have to do with his idea of Just Incredible?
And asked the fans for money. And I had said that was BS.
I don't remember that at all, but that part, are we allowed to swear?
Yes.
I was
Be you.
fucked up.
Be you.
I was fucked up.
Okay.
If I lived with all of that in my, like, it almost like he took it more personal than I did.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I get it. I fucked up, but you know, I was going through. There's no. I have no.
He took it more personal than I did. That's because Stevie respects the fans. That's because you gave the event you were both on a bad name. You kind of gave Stevie a bad name that night. That's why Stevie took it personally. And he should have called you out. What is this man's talking about?
No excuses, and a lot of this was a snapshot
Right.
of some bad moments in time on a 30-something year career.
Absolutely.
And
A snapshot of a lot of allegations. A lot.
I remember this now more because I didn't know this was what you were going to show me. But yeah, it's you know.
I don't remember this. I remember this a lot more. Do you remember? Don't you remember? It don't even matter.
It was ugly. It was ugly. And I made my peace with the promoters and with people. And it's like, what else are you going to do? You're going to keep bringing it up?
A Facebook post just from January 31st, 2024 stated, "Just wanted to give you all a heads up. Just Incredible is baiting fans into buying Just Found merchandise, then never sending the orders. He wants you to cash out money, then excuses, and then blocked when asked about it."
Did that ever happen?
Did it happen?
Yeah. Did it happen?
What? But that's the thing is, and this is what gets me crazy, and this is why people
Yeah, it happened, but here comes some excuses. Goodness gracious.
blocked. First of all, there was never any.
And here's why I blocked them all.
Swear on my children.
Because they called me out.
3 kids.
I go to church every Sunday. Believe it or not, whether that matters, I believe in God, and I don't believe in bullshit. I did all that stuff with the best intentions, and at times I would, and especially with promoters, this pissed me off a lot. But with the merchandise stuff, I would sell the stuff very cheap, and for example, $40, and then by the time you get $40 on Cash App, it ends up being 37 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I get the stuff ready, and then, you know, by the time I buy food, I don't have the
money to
money
ship
to
it.
send it. And it
Damn.
became, it got
So these people couldn't get their merchandise that they already paid for up front because he bought food and Cash App took a few bucks. What?
I wasn't ready to do that. I wasn't equipped to do that. And then the thing is about the fans, and I don't like to call them marks because
I don't know what he's equipped to do, to be honest. If you can't get paid for something, package it, take it to the post office and drop it off. I don't know what you're equipped to do if you can't even do that.
that's not fair. But a lot of these people that do this are so entitled. They started talking, they posted the cute shit.
Yeah.
But they didn't post, you know, you're this, you're that. Like, they feel free to, you wouldn't talk like this to me in real life. You'd be like, and I've given a lot of these fans my phone number and told them, hey, give me a call. Let's work this out.
Yeah.
So we supposed to call you so you can lie straight to our face after you blocked us. That's what everybody's supposed to do. That's crazy. That's diabolical. That's crazy work. And he gonna call people entitled, bro? That's crazy. They spent money with you. People work hard for that money. Of course, they are entitled to what they paid for. Bro, crazy.
To no avail.
We're diving into a darker
He is straight
chapter of
goofy.
his life. One that involves scamming podcasts, YouTube channels, promoters.
And then not showing up for podcasts is ridiculous. That only happened one time, or maybe a second time where something happened. And it's like, bro, I
He don't even know how many times it happened. He done lost track.
You offer to reschedule?
of course. But then again, they go right online because they already have the impression that I'm trying to fuck with them or screw them. And then they start talking shit.
Yeah.
And I don't tell you, if you ever notice, you can go up.
They have the impression I'm going to do exactly what they think I'm going to do and fuck them over. What a mindset. That is nuts. This man is just a straight liar, bro. He's straight cap. That's all he do.
Up and down my Twitter, I never badmouth anybody. And you know, what about the promoters where I show up? I
You're not in a position to badmouth anybody at all. I wouldn't think.
do the match, and I'm owed $500, and they no-show me entirely.
I've had it happen too.
I don't go online and talk. You know, it makes me laugh because they don't have the. I don't want to swear too much, but they don't have the fucking integrity to say it to me. They'll go and do some. So of course I block people. I don't need.
So since these people can't fly to wherever the fuck Justin live and say whatever they saying to his face, they don't have integrity. But scamming people out of their money, you have integrity? Bruh, make it make sense. The math ain't mathing.
See that? People want to get a hold of me. You can email me. My email is not blocked. There's so many ways to get a hold of me.
Instagram. I sent you a message on Instagram.
He's like, send me a carrier pigeon, some smoke signals. Bro, you blocked him and now you expect him to reach out to you, phone number, email, Instagram, boo, boo, boo. What is you talking about?
And within 30 seconds,
Yeah.
you text me.
I am not blocked. It's just, you know, it is what it is. And look, are there some things I could have done better? Of course. Do I feel bad? Yes, because people didn't deserve that. But brother, it's not like this big fucking industry. If I made $300 or $400 and didn't send shit, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, if those people want.
So if you didn't spend $300-$400, he don't care. If he scammed you out of $50-$40, that ain't shit, right? To some people, $50 is a lot. To some people, like Justin, $50 may be all they have. And you don't feel bad for taking that from them because it's not $300-$400? Are you fucking insane?
PolaccoPeter73@gmail.com. I don't have cash right now to do it, but we'll work something out. If you want it, you deserve it. You paid for it. I'm embarrassed, but there's nothing else I can do. And again,
You should have sent it when they paid for it. Some of the stuff, aka videos, takes 30 seconds to record a video and then email, right? How much does it cost you to do, Justin? It costs $3. The shit is free to record a video and send it in an email. It don't cost you nothing. Like, what did you, and now you expect people to hit you up on this email to get what they're owed, but you can't pay them back because you ain't got no cash. Bro, you is crazy. That is wild.
I'm not trying to the scams. Even that word hurts my feelings because there was never an intention of a scam. It's not like an operation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just feed my wife and kids.
dude.
And you think like the first thing I'm going to worry about is I didn't get my shit Friday. Well, Pro Wrestling Tees also doesn't send your shit in 2 or 3 weeks. Believe me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, a lot of it could have been done differently.
Really? It takes Pro Wrestling Tees a few weeks to print your shirt and ship it. So give me a few weeks. Don't expect it to be sent that quick. What is you talking about? You were not Pro Wrestling Tees. You were not fulfilling hundreds of orders a day.
All the ways. If you meet me in an arena or anywhere in life, you could ask anybody in this build, anywhere. I'm a good man. I'm an honest guy. You know, I have flaws, but in person,
He's an honest guy. He really said that with a straight face. This man's just bugging.
you know, and that's why, you know, everybody still loves me in the business, that, you know, the boys. I'm not a bad person. I've done some things that I'm not proud of, but geez, not to, you know, when people make a piece like that, if that stays in my ether, then forget it.
The earliest example.
Make a piece like, Justin, all I did was compile all the stories, all the screenshots, and make a video about what you did. And then the second video was from a book, all compiled about somebody's time with you. Make a piece like this.
Example I can find goes back over a decade, where he scammed a fan named Roy D.
Do you know
No,
who?
no, a decade, oh, dude. I barely know anything that happened 10 days ago, and that's not to use it as you know, some kind of way to just dismiss it, but 10 years, oh, dude. And also, who's to say that I didn't do it? Because I failed out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and if I went to do a piece at my local post office and say how many, for example, what I saw there real quick was a kendo stick. How many, they knew me for sending out kendo sticks. So even if one goes bad, I mean, really, dude?
Seth Case.
Sorry, Roy D. He did send your kendo stick. He didn't give you tracking. It just got lost in the mail. Just believe him, okay? I feel bad for Maven right now. I feel like Maven knows that this guy is just talking bullshit and straight capping. And Maven, like, he's doing what the person doing the interview should do, right? Nodding his head, moving it along, right? Trying to stay on kind of on Justin's side so, you know, Justin doesn't shut down the interview, boo, boo, boo. I feel bad for him, though. I feel like you can see it. Maven knows that Justin's on bullshit.
Said that he bought a book from Justin and that he promised over and over he would send it, even putting more up for sale in the meantime, but never shipped.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to balance life in this. I was trying to hustle in a positive way.
Right.
And I got in over my head. And I didn't, my wife said this to me, and she yelled at me too, because we don't need our kids listening to this shit. She said to me, she goes, PJ, you have to take a ledger.
That's a good idea.
Well,
Yeah, it's a
I
good
never
idea.
did this. So I
He had an epiphany. I should keep track of the people that pay me for stuff. Bro is slow.
was just like, yeah, bro, you sent me this thing. Okay.
I'll remember.
Dude, I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, yeah, Jill, we'll mail it out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, hey, we gotta mail this out. Well,
Yeah.
you know, I also need $10 to eat. We don't have that. Ask them for more money. I can't do that. Then it's gonna look like a fucking
I hear you.
and then it's just, I'll get it next week when we get the Social Security check. And then I just got in over my head.
And he now won't buy from any wrestler, if not in person. Not a great guy.
I feel sorry. I feel bad.
I feel bad, too.
I feel bad for Seth because here's why. Seth was a fan of yours. Probably isn't anymore.
No, of course not.
And
I wouldn't be either.
the relationship went bad both ways, and it did not need
Do you know what I'd be willing to do? If these guys, honestly, maybe I'll set something up. If they were to come to me and I'd have my people, like, this is what we got to do, and send it out, I would.
Corey B would comment that dude's
Yeah, right, bro. You quit playing.
a complete carny. Paid him to sign 200 cards and he wouldn't mail them back. Jazz called him and told him to quit dicking me around, and he finally sent them.
Who's Jazz?
We were wondering that. The only Jazz I know is the wrestler, the female wrestler.
Yeah.
Did you have?
I have the cards at home.
Did you have a relationship with Jazz to where she?
He still has the cards? What? My mans, you can't spend the $10 to ship them?
Call you if you did not?
Jazz in 20 years.
Me neither.
So I have no idea who this is.
I didn't know who it was either. The only person I knew of was the same one that Maven said, and that's the wrestler Jazz, who I said in the video.
And you say you do have.
But
the
he
phone?
still got the cards?
Again.
Comment.
There was one gentleman, and I actually became friends with him, that didn't get something, and I made it up to him in spades, and now we're like, we're cool, and when I see him, we talk, and so it's not. I'm not trying.
So you fixed the
to win
situation.
anything.
Hey, so you fixed the situation. There we
Whatever, man.
A Facebook comment
Whatever,
from
man.
Deborah L said he just posted a hopefully stock photo of a necrotic diabetic leg on Twitter, asking for people to send him money, saying he'll send signed 8x10s in return.
Of all the stuff that we saw, this was the one thing I was like,
That's a shoot.
I have to talk to him about this.
And I'll show you the leg. It's still there. It's fucked up, and I'm suffering from it.
That is
People were talking
disgusting,
about
bro.
The leg, it wasn't his, written out this, that, yada, yada, yada. You just showed us.
I just needed help for medication.
I just can't see how somebody with a leg like that would be ring ready as Justin says he is.
Now I'm getting angry.
Don't get angry.
No.
Don't get angry.
Well,
Look, his cheeks getting red. He getting angry.
That this is a bunch of it's really sad.
What's making you angry?
You know what's really sad is the fact that people can't believe anything you post nor say because of all the lies and scams. That's what's really sad. The fact that we have to question everything.
What's making you angry about
That
it?
they're just saying that, how could I be ring ready?
Yeah.
And how do you know? And they don't understand that after we give all our lives to this and decades of it, that there's nobody there for you.
And there's no landing zone. There's no
I don't have-
there's no parachute.
Nope.
Did you or do you currently have health insurance?
No.
You do not. I understand.
There's reasons. My son is disabled, and he gets Social Security, and he gets health insurance through the state with my wife. God forbid I fuck this shit up.
Right.
He brings up like his kid's disabled or her kid's disabled quite a bit on Twitter. Here, I feel like he's doing it for sympathy. Feel sorry for me. I have this, my son's disabled or my kid's disabled or whatever the case is. Like, I feel like that's what he's doing, and that's sad.
Just leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
That's the thing. This is going way deeper than a fucking $40 8x10. And you know what I mean?
It's way deeper. It's everything you did. So how deep it is because of you. You dug the hole.
And they have no idea.
Michael S. said he's done this before to GTS Wrestling. Took the man's money and never showed. Then blocked Grim.
What is GTS wrestling?
Oh, that's some backyard wrestling shit. And this cocksucker is a mark, and I worked for his backyard federation for free. And then when I wouldn't do something or other, he got mad at me.
Then he got mad.
Yeah, literally a backyard federation. He's a backyard wrestler.
Yeah.
I don't really watch Grim Toy Show, but that dude has a mad following on YouTube. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So, shout out to him. Much respect. I respect all hustles except for scamming people. So it's crazy that Justin is trying to discredit this dude for being a mark. This dude is a hustler. That's what he is. He's hustling. You know what I mean? And then, Backyard Federation. The dude has crazy subscribers on YouTube.
Nothing to do with the business, the real business.
And there are other promoters also putting Justin on blast for pulling this stuff.
Is that Mario Mancini?
I think it is.
That cocksucker brought me on a fucking thing, had me there for 2 days, and with
Like a signing?
promoter. Yeah, and he fucking went. He talked a bunch of shit, dude. These guys are all fucking bottom feeders.
Well, they're all out for themselves.
They really
are. A couple years ago, I had a guy book me, and he didn't. We came up with a set price, and he didn't make back on the return what he thought he should have.
Sure.
So of course he starts talking shit on me.
That's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
And I did. And you know what? The next time I reached out to somebody. Hey, the big event's coming up.
That's not what happened. The people in the video weren't complaining about the draw from Justin. They were complaining about him being intoxicated. That's what they were talking about.
Do you have a table? Maven, I hear you're not pulling this much anymore. So you know what I did? I filed it away back there. Okay.
After my last video, I received an email from somebody who claimed to have managed Just Incredible.
Did you have an agent? I've never had an agent until now.
No, I don't have an agent.
I've never had an agent until now.
No, I mean I have people that help me, but not like an agent.
So there was probably never nobody in his circle, officially an agent or, manager, boo. It was probably just one of his peoples and, just a homie that was taking care of whatever the booking or whatever the case may be.
Never in my life.
Not only did they manage Justin Credible, but they wrote an entire book about their time doing so.
When I was watching this, I was wondering if this was just this guy's way of promoting this book.
Yeah, I have
So-
no idea who this is.
I want to know. I want to know from you.
This was a documentary that I was told I was going to be.
So that ain't my book. I wasn't trying to promote this book. I put a link down in the description where you could actually read it for free digitally. And the book was made quite before my video was made, like quite some time before. So obviously, if somebody's bringing attention to Justin's scams, and if I'm sitting somewhere and I have a whole book about it, I'm probably going to bring it to their attention. You know what I mean?
On,
Okay.
and it never came to fruition. I got
The book and the documentary were two different people, by the way.
fed a bunch of bullshit. We shot a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
They paid me $500 a week. They were supposed to pay me for the entirety, and then funding
Never turned out?
Never turned out.
Do you know
They
what-
stopped working?
What the documentary was supposed to like? What was the subject matter?
Just like me recovering.
Okay.
I mean, it was not a real documentary. It turned out being a work.
Gotcha.
And this guy who was
AKA, it was about Justin recovering, but he never recovered, so the documentary never came out. Simple mathematics.
filming it was, it was a local guy that did movies.
So he was filming it. He was going to try to sell it to someone.
Yes, but it was nothing. Nothing came to fruition, and I certainly didn't have an agent.
Gotcha.
The book is called Wrestling with Justice by Nathan Ward.
Oh,
Just-
this kid, I do know Nathan Ward.
Okay.
He's a skinny 18-year-old who lives with his mother and father.
Okay.
No disrespect, he's a Mormon.
Okay.
But he's out of his fucking mind.
Have you had?
So he immediately tries to discredit this Nathan Ward for being young whenever this happened a long time ago. We were living with his parents at 18, which most people are still living with their parents at 18, and being a Mormon, no disrespect, but all disrespect intended. That's crazy.
Communications with him?
I haven't spoken to him in 15 years.
Did you do anything with him
No.
for the book?
No, not a single thing. He was acting like he was going to do all this stuff and to help me out. He was just a kid, and I was like, he had no idea.
Gotcha. Was he ever representing you in any way in 2008?
The only thing, he wanted to get in the business, and he offered to drive me to shows.
Okay.
And in turn, I would help train him in, he wanted to learn about promoting.
Gotcha.
That was it.
Gotcha.
And he was a weirdo, and he just a bad kid. He was a kid.
Okay.
And he wasn't welcome in locker rooms. He has a horrific reputation. Nobody wanted him around. And after
He wasn't welcome in locker rooms. The kid was 18, supposedly. How much of a reputation can you have at 18? Like, what did you talk about?
a while, I was just like, I can't do this.
Nathan describes Justin Credible and his wife as some of the most notorious con artists and drug addicts that he has ever encountered.
My wife, we just had a child
Right.
in 2006, so he's 2 years old, and I hate to say this, and that would make, he's disabled. So my wife is the
Again.
best mother in the world dealing with a disabled child. We're druggies now? Really? Like, what did we smoke? A little pot? That's druggies?
So I uploaded a video that the author of this book sent me of a shoot interview with Justin Credible that he talks about in the book, and he actually dug up the footage because I'm like, man, is there any evidence for this, right? And 100% there was. Justin in the video admits that his wife overnighted him pills to Japan. She is willing to send pills through FedEx nationally, federal offense, internationally actually, federal offense, but all she does is smoke weed. Man, quit playing with me.
I haven't done pills. I haven't done anything hard in over fucking 15, 20 years. It's ridiculous.
According to Nathan, Justin's first firing was due to repeatedly lying to Stephanie McMahon, claiming he would be en route to a chartered flight but never actually leaving his hotel.
I never had a relationship with Stephanie. You know that.
That caught me off guard.
know that.
Hold on. That caught me off.
He probably never personally talked to Stephanie, but if she was running shit about that time, she probably would, have an idea of where her wrestlers are, what they're doing, if they're no-showing, and would probably ultimately be the one to fire them. I'm just saying.
Guard. I read that, and here's what I thought. He had a way different relationship with Steph than I did because A, she never knew when any of us was en route for a chartered flight. In my time in the WWE, there's only been one of the boys that I know had Steph's number.
Yeah.
Nathan met up with Justin at a wrestling
Maven funny.
dojo to deliver the money. From there, they got into Justin's beat-up Buick.
Beat up Buick. I never had a Buick.
Nathan then says that within moments,
I never had a car. Never mind, I could have been in somebody else's car, or could just be lying.
the money was used for drugs.
First of all, how would you know the money was used for drugs?
For another.
How would you know that? Hey, bro, I'm using it for drugs. You've been around the block.
Yeah.
You're going to tell anybody?
He's trying to get Maven to believe him, but in the book, the dude was still with him in the car when they purchased drugs. If you know anything about a drug addict, once they get their money, they're going to go straight to get the drugs, to get their fix, right? They don't care who's with them, and especially if it's a kid, right? 18-year-old dumb little kid, who cares, right? He sees me as an idol, so you know what I mean? So that's how he knew they bought the drugs. He was still with them when they bought them.
Anybody, anything?
Not a soul. I remember back during my pill days, and I kept that as close to the chest as anything in my life.
And that was my thing.
I told nobody.
Yeah, that was
I
my
didn't
thing,
tell.
too.
I didn't tell my live-in.
Nope.
I told nobody. If I wouldn't have been arrested for it, I would have went to my grave with that secret.
Yeah.
I was functional.
No, but right.
And I could get away with it.
Sure.
I used to go on HSN. I used to go on air, peeled out of my mind.
No, I know.
And
I know that. Yeah.
So you get
Yeah, of course.
Nathan emailed me and said that he plans on talking to a district attorney to see if there's anything that they can do about Justin's scams. But I wouldn't hold my breath. And honestly, who cares? He will be a broke loser, whether he's at jail or...
That's dumb.
PJ, give me your overall thoughts after seeing what has to be tough footage to watch.
I felt worse for the guys about the $40.
Yeah.
Okay, because those guys didn't deserve that.
Right.
You know, and I never.
Nobody deserves to be scammed. People work hard for their money, not Grim, and not the people you supposedly feel sorry for over the $40. Nobody deserves that.
Never intended for that to happen. That being said, the Nathan Ward stuff is what really got me, because here's a kid who, first of all, I haven't even thought about in 15 plus years.
This was not.
If you read the book, which I did, specifically the Just Incredible parts, there's a lot more parts, and it's not all wrestling related because this dude, he did like music stuff too. It's very detailed, and it's not just Incredible. There's stuff in there about Mickey James, Roddy Piper, all types of people. And like I said, there was evidence to back up the stuff in the book, such as the video shoot interviews he spoke of. And then further research I did about like the wall guy. So there's a lot of credibility to the book, certainly a lot more than to Justin's name.
The PJ that I remember. And I wanted to see firsthand
Of course.
if this guy was true or if this was true.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. But I truly believe in life, everybody deserves a second chance. It's been 2 weeks since we had a chance to sit down with Justin, and Justin addressed the allegations and admitted that changes were necessary. Necessary not only to better his life, but the lives of all those around him. And I left excited at a new opportunity and hopeful for the future of Just Incredible. Sadly, I've recently received information from a source that I trust indicating that Justin has not changed and leading me to believe that there may have been more truth to the allegations than Justin led on. This source informed me that Justin has already been a no-show on several commitments he was scheduled for, and even asked to borrow money with no signs of repayment, followed by a litany of excuses. Personally, this does sadden me. And it doesn't sadden me because Justin owes me anything. He doesn't. It saddens me because I recognize Justin has scammed fans and he has lied to promoters. But the real reason it saddens me is because I recognize just how fleeting second chances truly are. And I know that one day Justin's second chances are more than likely gonna run out. I will always be Justin's friend, but he has wronged people, and it's up to him to make amends. Justin, the ball is in your court.
What a great video. Wow. And in the end, that's low-key kind of sad. Maven tried. He really tried. That is his friend, and he did what he's supposed to do, what a friend should do. And I'm sure he tried and did a lot more than the video showed to try to maybe help Justin. But like you said, ultimately, it's up to Justin. The ball is in his court. He has to want to do it. It validated my videos, sure. It just sucks that Justin couldn't man up, right? And it sucks that Maven was excited for it maybe to help change and for him to, you know what I mean, not change. So that kind of sucks. But man, what a great video. What a great video. Maven did what he should do the entire interview. He was nodding and, you know, agreeing with Justin on a lot of things, but that's what you're supposed to do in the interview, right? Get him to keep talking. Great video. Super, super, super shout out to Maven. I appreciate you, bro. For real. Like, it's crazy. Just a wrestling fan, you know what I mean? I appreciate all wrestlers. I really do. And that sucks that Justin can't man up. That's one person that I can't respect or appreciate. But yo, let me know what you thought about Maven's video. I really enjoyed it. I really did. Was it groundbreaking from Justin's perspective? No, it really wasn't. Nothing new. So Maven did bring it to everybody's attention. Maven did confront him. Something a lot of other people have not done. So in a way, Maven did hold him accountable. Like I said, shout out to Maven, not only for featuring my video and bringing attention to it, but shout out for respecting the fans. Thank you. And y'all, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. This is Glocky, and I'll catch you on the next one.